We found out that Michael's heart was on the wrong side of his body. We went for a further ultrasound to figure out what was going on with that, and what we found was that the left side of his diaphragm had not formed. And so all of his abdominal organs had moved up into his chest cavity where his lungs should have been, and having too much in that one location is what was pushing his heart over to the wrong side of his body. We found a doctor who was having a really high success rate of saving babies with this birth defect. And we were living in Gainesville, Florida for about 3 months while we waited for Michael to have 5 surgeries. They had to pull everything out of the chest cavity and put everything where it should have gone in the abdominal cavity, and then build a diaphragm using a kind of medical mesh material. As you can imagine, Michael needed extensive occupational therapy throughout his baby years. And what we first noticed in Michael was he was the happiest guy. He was so happy and so cheerful, and he just loved people. The occupational therapist videotaped Michael, and she studied it, and what she realized was Michael's brain was not recognizing that he had legs and feet at all. So then we had to go through the process of teaching Michael's brain to recognize his feet and his legs and learn how to move. So late in his first grade year, I let him go ahead and we signed him up for Martial Arts University, and he started coming to classes. And his imagination just took off. He was so interested in studying Taekwondo, and he loved it. But most of all, he loved the challenge, because you can imagine this was not easy for him to do. Talking it over with his occupational therapist, and his occupational therapist said, we need to work on his core strength a little more, and then maybe we can consider graduating him from occupational therapy with the understanding that he'll continue on with martial arts as a substitute for the occupational therapy. And we went ahead and we decided, all the sit-ups and all the turning and all the kicks had really helped Michael gain in his core strength. And so he was ready to graduate from occupational therapy. And he has stayed in martial arts since then. He's, I can't think of the name, but as a black belt now, he has studied different kinds of martial arts, and he loves learning. He loves being able to talk to me about the purposes of the different types of martial arts, and he just committed to getting his second-degree black belt. And I think about that kid that was just sitting on my carpet, and he was just happy as a clam watching life pass him by. And then I come here and I fast forward and I watch the kid doing this flying, spinning kick now. It's so amazing to me what he has accomplished and what he's been able to learn. And I'm thankful to Master Harris for having the patience to work with this kid who, was always getting distracted by things. Now, if you watched him and if you watched one of his demonstrations, you would have no idea where he started out.